here we are at stage 3 of Club Day for the Hennessy Venom F5. Magnus makes an appearance and he's got a lot to say. And Magnus and Ahmed go back and forth and blah, 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 blah. Lots of storyline, but we'll go through this and get to the race here right away. And so basically, if you're going to be finishing last place, you got to pay money to keep on going, something like that. And so let's just get going and not lose. Again, very interesting starting angle. And again, it's a new track, and so I had to make mistakes at this corner several times. And I'm just not quite sure my braking points yet. Like, it's just all new. And I don't want to be doing a lot of bashing of people. I can't remember if I can get away with that or not, so I'm just going to take it easy. Wow, what a strange mix of cars. Wow, that's a very interesting mix. Well, I actually like it. I like seeing a really diverse array of cars because all these cars have different benefits and different driving techniques. So that affects how I handle them when I'm competing against them. Like the Senna GTR there, he's going to have incredible grip and brakes, not a lot of top speed compared to me. So it's just all a matter of understanding your competition. Like, what's Magnus driving here? Pagani. Well, a Huayra BC, I think. Could be wrong. Anyways, I dumped him off into the corner with a little bit of a bump pass there. I went into that corner too fast. This section here, I'm really not quite sure how to drive it in this car, so I'm going to have to take it easy. Very technical section. This is arguably the hardest part of Circuit of the Americas, is that last section I just went through. When you get that section dialed in, you absolutely drive away from the bots. Bots are so bad at that section of COTA. So Circuit of the Americas, COTA. And you can see Magnus is just way back there. Like, this is not a problem at all. So now I can try to dial in my braking points a little bit more without threat of losing the race. So that was a little bit early. Let's see how I do here. That also felt a little bit early, but boy, I'm just gonna, right now I just don't want to fail. Well, a little bit snaky there. Super powerful car. Definitely can't stay full throttle through this section, which you could in certain cars. This is not one of them. And then on the brakes, pretty good here. That corner you can really gain on bots as well. They do a very bad job there. And that will wrap this one up. Alrighty. That one's pretty easy. Again, I'm only buying upgrades when I need them. As soon as I hit enough upgrades to enter the stage, I do it. So I'm doing this with the minimal upgrades. Perfectly minimal. Actually, I thought that said 88.6, something like that. Again, I'll be adding all that up and giving the totals in the last video. And yeah. Here we go. Just have to finish in the prescribed time. Magnus is way far back. Went in there too fast, so I threw it sideways. Could have restarted the stage, but I don't think it'll be necessary. So with Magnus being so far back, there's a chance I'm going to be catching up to lapped traffic. I have to maybe plan for that, because that could happen very fast, where I'm not really prepared for it. You could just suddenly round a corner and there's a super slow car, and you're doing like 350, 400. So got to be careful of something like that. Again, I'm not coming in there a little bit too fast. Throwing it sideways. Kind of fun to do. Pretty crazy car. Kind of a fun car. Good looking car too. So there's 350. Wow. And again, a little bit early on the brakes, but that's okay. Certainly not going to have a problem with this particular stage. Gotta tell you, this is not my preferred track for this car. This is the track I want lots of grip at. So, not where I want to be driving the Venom F5. But that's part of the challenge. I mean, there are some speed runs here. But I kind of thought I'd be seeing a Le Mans at some point. We'll see. And there we go. There's the slow car I was talking about. Not really in the way, though. And there we go. Another one in the bank. Let's see what we have for the next race. And I probably won't be totaling up all my race earnings like I've sometimes done that, but it can be a lot of work, and I don't know that anyone actually cares about that. So I probably am not going to be doing that. Okay, what do we have here? Kind of one lap and a bit. Where am I? Oh, almost 2 full laps, like 1 2/3, I guess. Hard to tell right here how much speed I'm coming into the corner with. You can get pretty aggressive with the corners at this track without it being counted as off track. One thing to realize in this game, if you haven't heard me say it before, you only need to have 1 tire on track for it to count as on track. So that's why you're seeing me cutting corners more aggressively than you would in actual racing. And that's just because you just need 1 tire on track for it to be considered on-track driving in this particular game. And that's where we are. You can drive with more tires on track if you want to. You'll be slower, and that's just the way it'll be. So for time trial competitions, if you're not going to drive the way other people drive, you're going to be falling back several groups. And that's fine if you want to do that, but I want to earn gold. So I am going to cut things more aggressively. Maximum that I can. And I'm on the brakes so early here, so that was way too early. But still, with each track, you've got to really adjust because, well, this car has just got so much speed. So you're on the brakes for so long. Now, there's Magnus, and I believe I have to be in front of him. So that'll be touchy. No, that'll be fine. Look how slow he is in this section. Is he in the same car? He is in the same car. Goodbye, Magnus. Whoopsie scrapey scrape. That's a pretty expensive thing for a Venom F5 to have a big scrape down the side, and also for the Huayra BC. What do we have here? LC2, I believe. I could be wrong, but it kind of looked like an LC2. And I think that's my requirement, was position 7. And I guess that's good because I don't see position 6 anywhere. Whoops, didn't take that corner very well. That's okay. Already am where I need to be. Woo woo. A little bit slippy. Slippery, slippery, slippy, slippy. Oh, and there's, oh no, that's not another car. That's weird. Just totally played with my head there. I thought I saw a car. Okay. 1 more race to go for stage 3 of Club Day. And that's going to mean upgrade time. Last race of each stage, except for stage 1, will most likely be upgrade time. Last stage might be a little bit different if they've got a 5-race stage like they often do. So here I am, zipping through the upgrades, stopping as soon as I have enough. Now I'm 0.1 over, but that doesn't matter. And off we go. So I've got to catch I thought that might have been Magnus behind me, but that's obviously not. So Magnus must be way in front of me. So first, you got to catch Magnus. Then you got to draft off Magnus. And then you have to pass Magnus. But we've got quite a while to get all that done. So I'm not, whoopsie. Well, I didn't go off track. I was close though. And let's see here. Oh, there he is already. Oh, that's not going to be too much of a problem, I don't think. Whoops. Although I just lost some time there. I took it too wide. I drove in too fast. It happens. Where'd you go, Magnus? I should see him when I round this corner, I think. No. Well. This corner? There he is. He's way up there, too. So I'm kind of braking at the very first distance marker, just off after the red-white curb appears. I'm braking way back there, and I came in. That's not too bad, actually. I think with the proper trajectory, this is a full throttle corner. So I just didn't get the trajectory correct. I'll keep working on that. That's not Magnus. Where'd he go? He's got to be a little bit further. Oopsie. Must be a little bit further up. He's passing people. Really? Magnus, you're going to drive like a racer. Well, I am an e-racer. Haha. E-racer of fellow racers. Alright, catch up Magnus here. No, oopsie. Well, that's going to give up the whole straightaway. That's the downside of heading in too fast. I'm not on the throttle as early as I should be, so he is going to drive away on me. But I'll catch up very quickly. Too quickly. No, actually, that was fine. That was a good braking point. Man, the bots take some of these corners weird at Coda. Drives me crazy. I don't know why they do that. They really kind of square off the corners sometimes. It's just weird. Makes it really hard to pass sometimes. Oh yeah, I gotta get all this drafting in. Yeah. Now that shouldn't be too hard. Especially if I set this up properly. I don't want to bump him. Uh-oh, nuts. Oh well. I'm probably going to lose the draft though. Well, good thing there's a whole another lap to get it. Because I definitely lost it. That's the downside of making too much contact. So here I'll avoid contact. There we go. Nice. He might brake here. He did. And that's it. Goodbye. I don't know if I'll see anyone else for the rest of this lap. Lots of skidding. Not a good track for this car. Just not. But, oh well, might as well learn the track. There might be more races here yet. It's not always, whoopsie. Woo, that was pretty close. It's not always a new track for each day. So, knowledge of this track might be beneficial for tomorrow. Braking right after that red-white curve. So quite a ways before the next one. And that looked pretty good, actually. Yeah, that's working pretty nicely. This section's pretty nice. And this is an interesting corner. In some cars, I really like this next section, but not necessarily in this one because got to get on the brakes or lift off the throttle for a while. And there we go. Met all my requirements. Time to cross the start-finish line and get on with the next stage. And sure, I'll throw it sideways and be a bit of a silly person. Because sometimes it's fun to be a silly person. Just once in a while. And we'll skip through some of the rewards here. Again, I'll add up the rewards. I mean, we already know what those were because that was in the update video. Alright, well, next stage is coming soon.